Hello there, and welcome to the weekly recap for the Imperator Rome Community Multiplayer Season, whatever this is. 6, I think. We're just going to talk about what happened in the previous session, some basic gists of plans for the next session, and all that good stuff. So, of course, I brought you into the player map mode, and also, if you want... That's not the player map mode, that's political map mode, but this is the player map mode. I can not really zoom out very much. There, I can zoom out there. That's what the world is currently looking like. It's pretty well packed in. There's only really one area that has no player presence, and I'm pretty sure Basil actually owns that via some friends. Weren't these friends? Maybe it's been split off him. He used to own all this, and I guess it's been he's been murdered just a little bit too much. Sad for him. But yeah, let's have a quick gander at this, and yeah, you can see Macedon is massively expanded in Italy. Tusky it's dead. I don't know why it's still called it. It's dead. Mithridatic Kingdom's having some rebellion issues all over the place. The Greco-Indian Kingdom, or whatever the fuck it's called, is dead. And yeah, the world is filled in. This land here is all Indian now. Arabia basically was sold to India in return for aid against the Punic League, which was successful. So let's have a chat about that war, because it was quite interesting. We all knew it was coming. Jake is not the most discreet, let's say, of diplomacy makers. I mean, he can do a bit of discreet diplomacy, but when he feels like he has the upper hand, he's very boastful. So everyone knew it was coming, that there was a Punic attack on the Egypt coming, mostly because it had already happened before, and he was basically boasting that he was going to take the Nile. That clearly did not happen, and that was because Ptolemaic Kingdom purchased Baratavartian help, basically giving over all of Arabia. Is that a good purchase? That's a lot of land, but if it kept him the Nile, which clearly seems to have done, then, I mean, the answer's got to be yes. So, Punic League attacked. I, of course, joined the call to arms. India had guaranteed Ptolemaic Kingdom, and things were going reasonably well. Delian League also, while they were an ally of the Punic League, kinda was more of a sham alliance that we've all been calling for a significant amount of time. He allied the Egyptians and joined the call to arms there, so the Delian League was also against the Punic League. I personally think this is relatively false and very much fabricated, but Jake in the Punic League seemed to take that rather personally. I don't think he actually did. I think he was fairly aware that Delian League wasn't an ally. It seemed to be very much performative, let's say. But yeah, he's not very happy with Delian League, because he is of the opinion that Delian League cost him the war. Personally, I can see arguments for that, but I think the main reason why the Punic League lost the war is purely because of food. When you are invading the Ptolemaic Kingdom over this desert bullshit, you run out of food very, very quickly. As we saw when I was coming to the battles around Alexandria, just marching my army across here meant they ran out of food by the time they got there. It was a little bit insane. There's yeah, food is an issue. The Harvest Seasons mod is something you definitely have to bear in mind. The first battle, unfortunately, that was entirely my fault why we lost it. I'm terrible at tactics. I saw that Jake was on a certain tactic, and I looked at the tactics that was good against and bad against, and then I completely fucked up and chose the tactic that gave him a massive advantage. So we lost the first battle. Alexandria got sacked, I think, 2 or 3 times. But we did push him back, and we did do some pretty decent battles as well. Like, for example, when there was a battle going on in whatever this territory is called, I brought an army up to Phoenecia just to intercept some of the reinforcements, which was, I mean, I thought that was pretty fucking big brain of me, and it worked out really well. So Ptolemaic Kingdom managed to get that and that and that three whole provinces back from Punic League. And the question is, where does it go from here? Is this conflict dead? Is it over? Well, maybe. During this conflict, the Delian League was attacked by Aeacidae Macedon. I knew this was coming for quite some time. And basically all of Greece, bar Athens itself, was taken by Macedon. Delian League still has a fleet. It's still able to afford its fleet. But it's obviously not friends with Macedon anymore. And the Punic League is obviously not friends with the Delian League anymore, because he blames him for losing this war, because the biggest problem that he had was food and supplying his armies. And if he had naval supremacy, he could have brought armies and, you know, landed armies up here, bringing me away from the battle. He could have landed armies in the Delian League. Well, probably not, because they wouldn't have been in the war. He could have landed armies in me. He could have landed armies behind the lines here. He could have... He would just have had options, right? I wouldn't have been able to bring my full force to bear because I'd have to defend my coastline. So he blamed Delian League performatively for the loss, and he's not very happy with it. After Delian League lost to Macedon, he's very, very small, and I offered to make him my tributary. I'm not making a whole lot of money from it. This tributary status is like 5 ducats, less than 5 ducats. It's not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot. If I was to do that, it'd be 8 ducats. It's not a whole lot of money. It's really an irrelevant sum for both of us, to be honest. But I have been approached with an offer, which I am probably going to take, if I'm not going to lie. Snowlet in Delian League, if you're watching this before the session starts, naughty. You shouldn't. We spoke about this. If you're watching this after the session starts, it's nothing personal. My offer from the Punic League is that he is not going to attack Egypt anymore, and he won't attack Phoenecia. He won't, he just won't be our enemies anymore, as long as the Delian League dies. Now, I also made a promise in, like, session 2, maybe session 1, I can't remember which session it was, that I would sack Athens. I'm going to keep that promise. I am going to sack Athens. I am going to release Delian League as a tribute, and then I'm going to attack him the next month, and in the war, with any luck, if it goes well, I'm going to have full occupation. It's going to be difficult because, you know, massive fleet, and I've only got 112 trips compared to his 600, but if I am able to land troops on Cyprus and on Crete, then the chances are that I'm going to be able to take Athens and Crete and Sporades. I'll sell those to Macedon, and I might be able to take Cyprus for myself. Probably not, but if so, then I would love to take Cyprus for myself, because, let's be honest, it's heavily Canaanite, and those are my people. I'd sell this to Macedon. I would sack Athens, raze it to the ground, because I promised that I would do that, and we'd be happy. We would be very happy with this. That's more than likely the deal I'm going to take. I am recording this not on the day of recording or of streaming. So this is not Thursday for me. But I don't know if that's the deal I'm going to take. I am considering it, and I'm leaning towards it, because if I kill Delian League, Punic League is going to leave Egypt alone. If Egypt is left alone, I am free to look elsewhere, like into the Bosporan Kingdom, into Media. I would love to partition Media with India, but we'll see what all of that happens, or how that shakes up. During the war as well, it was pretty good that I managed to go and siege Mastiania, which makes a fucking ridiculous amount of money. 44 ducats for the Punic League is insane, and that is mostly down to... There are 15 precious metals because he's stacked slaves ridiculously, and also slaves needed for local surplus -5 is just an insane modifier. Every 3 slaves provide 1 precious metal is ridiculous. I think personally that needs nerfing quite heavily. Every 7 needed there, and he stacks slaves. I mean, just personally, I think I know I'm going into game designiness, but I think moving slaves is a shit system and should not be in the game. You shouldn't be allowed to do it. I think it ruins the game. I do not like it. I think it's garbage. If it was up to me, you couldn't move slaves. I know that fucks over the barbarians, the tribals, but I don't care. Don't care. Maybe it could be if you're civilized, you can't move slaves. I'd be happy with that. Just to stop that fucking ridiculousness, because 44 slaves and no one else. It's bullshit. It's fucking garbage. It makes no sense. It's not historically authentic or accurate. It's just shit. I do not like this. I fucking hate it. It ruins the game, in my opinion. But yeah, meta players don't give a shit about ruining the game. They'll just do it anyway. But anyway, fucking enough about that fucking arse holiness. What else is happening? Belgia died again. Illyria expanded. Mithridatic Kingdom's having a bit of a revolt. And, yeah, Punic League right at the very end of the session because, I don't know, he blamed Dealing League, but he also seemingly blamed me, because he allied with the Bosporan Kingdom and Media. And it looks like he was trying to be like, I'm going to fuck you over by allying these people, so if you go to war, then I'm going to be able to take my revenge. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully he's just going to break those alliances now that he's calmed down after a week. We'll see. We'll have to talk to him. But yeah, that's it. If you would like to watch this next session, I am streaming right now. You'll probably, if you're watching this as soon as this video is released, then there is a, well, there's a link in the description to go to my Twitch, and I will be streaming right now with probably a stream starting soon screen. But yeah, it'd be great to have you over on Twitch watching the campaign live, because it's a lot of fun, and yeah, the more people the merrier. So thank you all very much for watching this. Hope to see you over on Twitch. Let's have a good game, yeah? Bye bye.